Sustainable development is an idea whose time has come. Subsequent government regimes built from the work of the previous regimes in order to realize the Kenyan dream of growth. These regimes have undertaken ambitious flagship projects that will define their tenures when the dust settles. However, how it's done should be in a manner that does not degrade the environment. After all, it is development, and the grass should be greener on the other side.
Development is highly sought after. It is a characteristic of a growing nation. I am in Mwamdudu sublocation, Kwale County. I have traveled miles through creeks, valleys and hills to tell a story what remains of the village. This is Progressive Scars.
Environmental concerns have often been sidelined. Could be because natural resources are taken for granted. One, Wangari Maathai shocked the whole world as she stood and said no to a mega developmental project that was to take place in Uhuru Park, the only recreational ground in the heart of Nairobi City, a noble cause that dubbed her insane. It would later win her a Nobel Peace Prize.
The Norwegian Nobel Committee has decided to award the Nobel Peace Prize for 2004 to Wangari Maathai for her contribution to sustainable development, democracy and peace.
For me, the biggest challenge is governance, because the people at the top have power. Because they have power, they have control of resources, they have a lot of privileges, and they can continue to increase these privileges from where they sit.
Other environmental activists have often gone unnoticed following the rare or ceremonial reporting on the Kenyan media. Little is known of one, Phyllis Omido, the lady who brought to light the plight of Wino Uhuru, a village whose community is caught up in the adverse effects of lead poisoning, following the emissions and poor disposal of waste from an industry. Likewise, very little is known of what Mwamdudu village was and what is left of it following the ongoing developmental projects. Mwamdudu borders Mombasa County to the east, Putrit's Creek to the south, Mwache Forest to the west, and Mombasa-Nairobi railway line to the north. It has hilly land with fertile valleys stretching to the Mwache Creek. The valleys are fertile and both cash crops and subsistence crops are green. Timber and firewood trees are all grown on the hilly slopes. Mwamdudu sublocation people are said to have settled here long before Dr. Ludwig Krapf and Rebman, the first missionaries, came to Rabai in 1848. The people were farmers, fishermen, livestock keepers, and craftsmen. Therefore, the people depended on agriculture for food and fishing. According to a document signed by Stephen Binu, Secretary Lands Committee, excavation in Mwamdudu began in 2011, barring crops and plants, flattening lands, putting homes in cliffs, denying the local community access to social amenities, intimidation by the police, and death.
My name is Ngala Berumba.
Yes.
My occupation is fishing. I'm a fisherman, and I've been fishing here from around 1888, when I was still schooling in primary level, up to now.
My name is Charles Mulole Shanga. And, I come from this sublocation, this Mwamdudu sublocation of Kwale County.
Majina yangu naitwa Nuru Mose. Tumekuwa hapa, tulianza kushafisha pori kabisa, tulishafisha pori hapa watu na tukajenga tangu zamani kabisa. Wazazi wangu wamezaliwa hapa na mimi ndo nikazaliwa mimi.
The urge to fulfill an electoral pledge has now left Mwamdudu stripped of its basic social amenities such as schools and hospitals. One case scenario is Mongoka Dispensary, the only health facility in Mwamdudu.
We used to cultivate, used to graze our animals. These areas have been, people have been living inside here. Now they were evicted. Now this dispensary actually is painful because we cannot get any health facilities until we go to Changamwe, which is about 10 kilometers away.
It's a different county.
That's a different county, but the one which is in Kwale County at Mazeras is also very far. As you can see,
Approximately how many kilometers?
approximately 10 also.
10 kilometers.
Yes.
All right.
As you can see, this dispensary, everything is locked up.
Yes.
That shows that.
The lock and key.
Yeah, that shows that it's not working.
We have formed a unit, an organization, like we call them BMUs, Beach Management Units. These ones are meant to help fishermen improve in their fishing activities, to help them get better fishing equipment, have good landing sites, among those things. But these things have never been so effective because when these areas are maybe interfered with, like the bombing, they cannot control it because they bomb from this around and they are managing from the sea.
No.
So the effect, they cannot control it. And when we talk to the authorities, that is the county governments and maybe even the national government, they are the ones maybe to stop them doing that, or maybe have a positive, maybe compensation for the fishermen on the same effect that they caused to the fishermen. But actually, they have never come. The only compensation maybe we can talk of, we have seen, it is only from the SGRs, the railway people. Though it was little, but those maybe they are the only ones whom we have seen compensating us for those effects they are doing. But these grabbers, those people who are saying they are bringing development, which to us is a lot of negativity, because very many people now have run away from fishing. They have run away from fishing because if you go for your daily catch and you cannot make maybe for a daily bread, then what do you do there? You will have to move. So many people have moved. Maybe they have gone to the SGR, but the SGR is here for a short time. When it's complete, then these people maybe they'll turn to be robbers, among other things. The sea will not be effective to them anymore because of the effects of the explosives which are made from here, which it looks to be far away from the sea, but you could even face it when you are doing the fishing down in the sea. So the units we have formed are there, yes, but they don't have a hand to help us to remove those effects or have some positive impact on us from the Mabobwenyes around here.
Ninapika chakula, ninamkuta mtoto, majirani wananikimbiza mbio, toka nje umuone. Ninatoka leo hivi nje, ni mtoto wangu kama huyu alikuwa anataka kuingia kwenye pori. Sasa nilikuwa mimi tayari niko na mtoto, ama nilikuwa mimi sina mtoto. Tuko na shida jamani, tusaidieni jamani, tusaidieni. Tuko na kilio ujue hata ni lini ataisha jamani. Yaani ukilala hata huwezi kulala kabisa. Nilikuwa na shida jamani. Ningelikuwa mimi sina mtoto sahi, kwa hiyo shime imetolewa hapa. Ningekuwa mtoto nimekosa jamani, kwa hivyo sijui mimi kama ningelikuwa nina mtoto hata nimemchika kama hivi jamani. Nilikuwa nataka kuingia kwenye shimo, hapo lilikuwa limechimbiwa kama jioni ameondoka mchimbaji wa hiyo shimo. Mtoto wangu anataka kuingia hapo kwenye shimo.
Mimi ombi langu ninaomba kwamba tutendewe haki, tupimiwe hii ardhi ambayo imebaki ili tuishi kama wale wa Kenya wengine, na wale ambao walifunikiwa minazi yao, miembe yao wafidiwe ili waishi kama watu wengine, kwa sababu hata pengine kama wanaweza pata chochote waende wanunue mashamba wengine waishi kama wengine. Kwa sababu mtu kama mimi nilifunikiwa shamba la zaidi ya eka 20 na niko na familia ya watu 15 wananitegemea mimi na sina mahali pa kulima. Sasa ninaona kwamba hiyo ndio imekuwa shida, ni chanzo cha shida katika maisha yangu, ambao mimi mwenyewe nilikuwa nikilima ninapata mavuno ya mwaka mzima. hata mvua ikinyesha kidogo, lakini nilikuwa nikivuna mazao ya mwaka mzima. Watu wanakula sima bila shida, watoto wanasoma kama kawaida. Lakini sasa hii hata kuna mwingine ndugu yangu alifanya mtihani darasa la 8 juzi, na imani kama atapita, lakini atakaa nyumbani kwa sababu sina hata shilingi sasa hivi. Na mimi nilikuwa nategemea nilime nipate mazao, nipate mahindi watoto wale, alafu nivune maembe niende nipeleke sokoni, na sasa hivi sina mwembe hata mmoja, yote imefunikwa na sikulipata shilingi.
Mwamdudu's land is over 2,000 acres. 600 households of the people who live here have been affected owing to the recent excavation activities. Mwamdudu's ancestors settled here way before the 15th century and mainly depended on fishing and farming for their livelihoods.
The effect of this operation going on is that many paths have been closed down, so there is no access to their homes and also to town. So we have a lot of dust. It is dusty here throughout, and because this year the rain has only rained once up to now. It's only some showers like the ones we see today, and also these showers have been lasting long. So you find that the area is dusty, bare. It's like a desert.
We have a foundation from which to start. So we have an agency that is charged with, enforcing laws around the environment, NEMA. We have certain bylaws with regard to certain aspects of, the quality of our environment. We also have a lot of expertise that we can borrow from. But I don't think that there's been a great amount of focus in Parliament in developing laws that really are engaged in environmental issues.
I am Christian by faith and do believe you are also one. And the one decree that God gave us from the book of Genesis was to go fill the earth, but as well as take care of the environment. Do you think we are fulfilling to that?
The problem is not the faith, but it's the kind of development that the human race has gone through. So those values, the traditional values, we are forgetting them. When you look at economic development, it is being done at the expense of the environment and social. That's why we have issues of social injustices being brought because of economic development. Environmental injustices brought by economic development. So because most of the policies, they are only focusing economic growth, economic development, and not integrating economic, social, and environment. And that's why we have the concept of sustainable development that brings the three pillars of development together. And that's why currently, as we speak, we have the sustainable development goals, 17 of them.
Environmental destruction happens over time. Think about if you grew up in the countryside like I did. Think about the stream that you used to pass by on a daily basis. I know of a swamp that used to drain somewhere near our place. Over the years, and this is about 20 years or so, I've seen that swamp go from being a swamp with water to a marsh to dry land. You understand? But it's happened over such a long period of time that if you're not keen, you wouldn't notice. But what's the usefulness of a swamp? You understand? It cleans water. It does so much for the environment. And that's just a small example, right? Look at Nairobi River. Down this road, going towards town, at the junction between Riverside and the main highway, that subsection of the river used to be a very big, very strong river. And I had some cousins who used to live down there, who used to go and fish there. I dare you to go and find even one fish today. You'll just come out with paper bags. You understand? The problem is that we don't seem to understand what the impacts of our actions, even small actions, do to the environment, right? And we often realize too late.
Mimi ni mabadiliko ninaomba kwa sababu saa hii mvua itakuja kunyosha mvua kubwa. Mimi nitaenda, yani zaidi yangu ninauliza, nitaendea wapi mimi kama mabadiliko ni haya mvua yenyewe imekesha hapa kukunya usiku. Kutakuja mvua kubwa. Mimi ni lazima mvua itanyosha mpaka itachukua vyombo. Mimi si nitakuja kuondolewa na maji. Itakuwa mteremko kwa sababu mvua ikinyesha kubwa. Si itasomba hata vyombo teremke huko chini jamani. Ni lazima mvua itakuja kutusumbua jamani. Ni maisha gani? Mimi niko na uchungu jamani. Niko na uchungu tena mwingi sana. Niko na uchungu.
Fertile lands are given to us, all free by Mother Nature. The act to conserve the environment can be seen as a choice. However, with every choice made, bears its consequences. What man should understand is, the universe has been in existence way before us, and it will continue being in existence after us. Nature gives back.
What do I think is failing? It's us.
It's us.
Mimi naona mnyonge hana haki huku upande wa kwetu